Well, our other top story, large part of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris now destroyed by fire. The site of the iconic cathedral going up in flames shocked people watching in a nearby plaza. Those same images stunned people around the world. When the fire was at its worst, the cathedral's towering spire collapsed into the burning church. The roof was engulfed and burning was unchecked. We were able to see flames eating away at the wooden beams that for centuries lifted the magnificent church, a symbol of France. And we want to show you some new images just coming in now. It's video taken from a drone as the fire raged through the cathedral. It shows extensive damage to the roof of the structure, and you can see anything that's made of wood is on fire. Some 400 firefighters rushed to save the 800-year-old cathedral. It is now very early on Tuesday morning in Paris. Here's the very latest. Fire crews are optimistic about saving the structure now of the cathedral and two of its towers. But the interior of the church that has witnessed so much history has burned. We're told that some of the priceless artwork and holy objects have been saved. Officials report that one firefighter has been hurt. The cathedral is one of the world's most visited landmarks, located in central Paris along the Seine River. The French president vows to rebuild it, but it's going to be years before tourists return. A beloved Paris landmark being destroyed by flames as hundreds of firefighters battle to save what they can of the historic cathedral.
After walking around the outside of the cathedral, we've gone a couple of blocks across from the Ile de Cité to Ile Saint-Louis, turned around and looked back and gasped.
Parisians and tourists gasping in horror as the church's spire fell, followed by the collapse of the roof.
For the beauty of it and the art inside, and yeah, I think it's horrible, and I see people crying, I see a lot of emotions, and I'm shocked myself.
Much of the cathedral is covered in scaffolding as Notre Dame was undergoing multi-million dollars in renovations. Much of the work was intended to save more than 800 years of history. One eyewitness, a reporter for CBS station KYW.
We turned the corner and saw smoke coming not from the bell tower, but from the back of the Notre Dame, and then everyone's hearts just dropped.
For hours, firefighters struggled against the wind.
You'll notice the spray right here. It's just spraying off. So it's barely even touching the edge of the building.
The French government owns the cathedral, and late Monday, President Emmanuel Macron rushed to the landmark and later tweeted, "I am sad tonight to see this part of us burn." Emergency crews tried to salvage priceless artwork from the cathedral just days before Easter Sunday. And as nightfall increased the intensity of the orange glow of fire, the faithful fell to their knees to sing and pray. And some history on Notre Dame Cathedral. Construction began in 1163 during the reign of King Louis VII, was completed in 1345. Henry VI of England was crowned in the church in 1431. Less than 400 years later, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned Emperor of France there, 1804. The cathedral survived 2 world wars. American troops visited during the 1944 Paris liberation. The cathedral receives 13 million visitors a year.
People in the Bay Area reacting to the tragedy. The French Consul General in San Francisco talked today about what the cathedral means to the world.
We have 60,000 French nationals in the Bay Area, and I think they all thought this morning of their past visits there when they were kids with their parents, all these family visits and happy visits of Notre Dame.
At his roundtable in Minnesota, President Trump stopped to express sympathies about the cathedral fire, calling it a terrible scene.
If you think about it, I would say, Jovita, it might be greater than almost any museum in the world, and it's burning very badly. Looks like it's burning to the ground.
Mr. Trump also taking to Twitter, posting this in part, quote, "So horrible to watch the massive fire at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, must act quickly." Former President Barack Obama also expressing his sympathies, sharing a photo of his family's trip to Paris. Notre Dame is one of the world's great treasures, and we are thinking of the people of France in your time of grief. We'd like to see your photos of visits to Notre Dame. If you can share your memories using the hashtag KPIX on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages.
And another live look at Paris. Fire crews tonight saying the fire is cooling down and has become weaker. Officials are saying both towers are now safe. The city prosecutor calls the fire accidental in a preliminary investigation.